most people stop at vision. It's one thing to have a vision, it's another thing to bring it into fruition, into reality, right? That's why goals are very, very important, because goals is basically the breaking down of vision into stages. So vision is a mental picture for the future, but goals is the breaking down of vision into stages. As a realtor, one of the first things you should understand is that you're not in the business of selling houses, you're not in the business of selling lands, you're in the business of giving people comfort.
Yeah. But when you have a goal, then there's some things you are scared about, because you're like,
There's some
this
property you will not sell.
Exactly.
You will not just sell, because if you have goals,
very
it
cautious.
will direct your attention to the right thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
If you don't have goal, that is why you just
You are
pick anything other than
goalless
just
and you are not going to score any
Exactly.
goal. Don't leave me. Welcome. It is the Real Talk with BRG. I am super excited to be right here today. You know that whenever I'm here, I'm very happy because I just saw the comments you guys have put up. I saw the shares, and I'm just excited that you love what we're doing. You're learning from what we're doing, and you totally love it. And that makes me so happy. You are the reason why I'm smiling right here today. Well, today we're talking about something quite vital and very important. We're talking about setting goals and having the right vision. Like something that they say, if your goals do not scare you, then what are you doing? Your goals are supposed to give you that adrenaline in the morning when you wake up. They're supposed to give you sleepless nights. I tell you guys, today you're going to learn more about setting your goals. And it's a new year, it's 2024, so this is the right time for us to have this conversation. Grab your pen and papers and make sure you jot down all those goals, because those goals are definitely going to become a reality. Well, my name is Ria Abdul, and you know that I don't do this alone. Sarah Smiles is right here with me.
Thank you very much. I'm Sarah Smiles, your favorite celebrity host, and I'm thrilled to be a part of this discussion today on such a critical topic. So get your popcorn ready and let's dive into it.
Of course, definitely we're diving into it. Now, our guest is someone that I totally love, but I love him in a brotherly way. You know, I feel that I know how amazing he is in what he does. I have seen him work. I have seen how passionate he is. His works are definitely unparalleled. You just have to love him. You know, the enthusiasm he brings in when he's even talking. He is one person that you know that when it comes to goals and vision, he's number one. I've seen him set goals and achieve those goals, and I've also seen him in the process of achieving the ones that he's not set yet. My guest is Dr. himself, Emmanuel Osoteku. I hope I got that
Yeah,
correct.
you did. You're there.
We need to give a round of applause to him. Welcome.
All right.
Welcome.
Thank
Before
you.
we
Thanks
even
for having me.
before we dive into the conversation, I just want to tell you that you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I see your videos on Instagram.
Amazing.
And I will say again, your works are definitely unparalleled.
Amazing.
We love you. Continue
you.
what you're doing.
Thank
and
you.
definitely, I'm sure that you're going to inspire a lot of generations today.
And you look good too.
Thank you,
You
as
look good.
always. But we're talking about goals
All right.
and visions today. And for some reason, I know that there are some people, because I know people that have not even set goals like throughout their life. They are just living. They are working and they're just living. I want you to tell me today, what's the significance of setting a goal and having a vision?
Okay, let me take it from the vision angle
Yeah.
first before we move to goal, because vision is basically the mental picture of the future. So there's something you have as an image in your mind of what you want to achieve. However, most people stop at vision. And that's why we have a lot of issues with people who have vision, but they don't know how to bring that vision into fruition. So it's one thing to have a vision, it's another thing to bring it into fruition, into reality, right? And that's why goals are very, very important, because goals is basically the breaking down of vision into stages. So vision is a mental picture for the future, but goals is the breaking down of vision into stages. And that is why it is very, very critical that people set goals. You don't start the new year without having a mental picture of the future. You don't start a new year without having a goal of what you want to achieve. And for me, I think that most of the reason why people also struggle a lot is because when you don't have a goal for yourself, it is hard for you to run with speed.
Exactly.
It's hard for you to, you know, it's like, can you see a blind man run with speed? It's not possible for a blind person to run with speed, because what goal does is that it gives you that clarity. It gives you that laser focus to be able to know what you want to do per quarter, per week, per month, per day. And then it gives you opportunity to achieve your dreams.
You know, and I think for me, even I like to do it per week. So I have this
Amazing.
weekly planner where I set everything I want to achieve, you know, by the end of the week, by the end of the month, and by
But
the
you
end
have a
of the
vision
year.
of what it's going to look like
The
at the end of
vision
the year.
at the end of the year. Exactly.
Brilliant.
But we're narrowing it down to real estate, because we're talking about real estate right
Awesome.
now. You know, what would you say is what are some of the importance of having a vision when it comes to real estate? Like we're talking about our realtors and just generally people in the real estate world. What's one of the most important things about having a vision and a goal? Is it just about selling houses? Is it just about making videos? Do you need to think about the bigger picture?
Absolutely. I think as a realtor, one of the first things you should understand is that you're not in the business of selling houses. You're not in the business of selling lands. You're in the business of giving people comfort.
Yeah.
You must think on a bigger scale. You must think in the scale of an hospitality business owner. You must think like, if you're a realtor, you're thinking that, I'm just selling lands in a pair, I'm just selling properties and all the stuff. It's good. However, you are to think like I am building a city. You have to think on a bigger scale. You have to have a vision that can literally scare you when you wake up in the morning. That, do you know what? It's going to be an honor to give 100 people not just a house, but to give them a comfort, something beyond a home.
Yeah.
It's one thing to have a house, another thing to have a home. So your vision as a realtor should be thinking beyond just real estate, but thinking it broader down to hospitality. I'm building a city. I'm giving people opportunity to have a better life.
Yeah.
Not just the money aspect, because most people focus on commissions.
Exactly. I was
I
going
know
to
you're
go
going
there.
there.
Exactly. I was going to go
I
there
catch you.
because,
It's like I can read your mind. I know.
It's good. You catch me. It's fine.
Okay,
But you know
good.
that when it comes to that, and especially real estate, I say people are in it for, I don't want to say everybody, but let me say majority, because we also have some really great realtors, but I feel like people are in it for, let me sell this house. Whether it's a bad deal or a good deal, at the end of the day, they don't even have the bigger picture of what they want to do or how they want to end their real estate journey.
Absolutely.
But it's just to sell the house, collect commission, sell the house, and collect the commission.
Even a good name is better than riches.
No, but I
Because
like
your
riches.
brand,
A good name and riches, the both of them. Okay.
you like money. But it's good. The balance is
Yeah.
good. But the point is that, you see, if you're a realtor, you don't want to build something that you are not proud of. You don't just want to focus on the income or the money and not focus on giving the people the value.
Exactly.
So, for example, if you're to be a realtor, the first thing you should do in 2024 is to have the end in mind.
Yeah.
What is the end going to look like? Can I walk up to my client 3 years later and we can still greet at the
Yeah.
airport? So you cannot literally be a realtor that is selling properties that have not been, like, you're too tired to do due
Yeah.
diligence on. You cannot be a realtor and you're saying that you don't care, just sell the house and just give me my commission. You want to do business that you can walk up anywhere in the world
Yeah.
and a client can see you and thank you
Yeah.
for giving them value.
Yeah.
Not the one that they'll see. Like, arrest that guy.
Arrest
Shoot
that guy,
No, carry
so,
that guy.
So you must think in terms of value. One of your goals should be, how can I deliver value at the utmost capacity that I have, and also ensure that I give them an affordable deal.
Yeah. But I think it's when you don't have the goal, that's when you are just doing it as a goal.
Anyhow, you sell
exactly. You're
anything.
doing it anyhow as it goes. But when you have a goal, then there's some things you are scared about because you're like,
There's some
this might
properties you
date
will
my
not sell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You will not just sell, because if you have goals,
Be very
it
conscious.
will direct your attention to the right thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you don't have goal, that is why you just
You are
pick anything and just
goalless
sell.
and you are not going to score any
Exactly.
goal. Don't leave me.
Goalless. Okay, good.
But
good.
let's talk about getting a niche for yourself, because
Awesome.
you see some people in real estate. Oh, I'm selling house, I'm doing survey, I'm building, I'm doing this. Like, why can't you just stay on one thing and carve a niche for yourself? Okay, this is what I'm going to be. I'm going to be a realtor. I'm talking about, like, I'm going to be a realtor and I want to focus on what I'm doing, or I want to be a realtor, I want to sell land. I want to be realtor. I want to be a realtor. I want to go and do survey. Let's talk about carving a niche for yourself as you are setting your goals.
In the real estate
Brilliant.
industry, yeah.
Brilliant. So I'm going to pick it from the word ignorance and confusion. So it is possible to be ignorant, but you're not confused. Who is ignorant is not confused, because
He doesn't know. Yeah.
But who is confused is not ignorant. Confusion sets in when you have multiple options. So meaning that you don't want to settle for anything, so you're trying to do multiple things. Because for me to be confused means that there's A, B, C, D, and E, right?
Yeah.
But one of the issue with realtors is that you do too many things and you're not productive at one
At
thing.
one.
So
Jack of all
confusion is
trades,
not,
master
confusion is not,
of-
confusion is not bad. It's good. It can be confused at the early stage, but
Yeah.
there must be a time. You must be able to narrow down your focus to one thing. Even this one thing I do, there must be one thing that you do, because if you get it right in that one thing, it will sort out other things. If you check, most times, I'm sure you do other businesses, but people know you from media.
Exactly.
Right? Why?
Because I'm exceptional in it.
Exactly, because you're exceptional in media, but that doesn't mean that you don't do other things. But
Yeah.
one thing you do is that you project your strength
Yeah.
and then you don't project most of your weaknesses. The same way with business. For example, I do speaking and I coach, I do consulting, home and abroad, different countries around the world, but I do other businesses. But you know me one for one thing.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that is why if it's in Nigeria, you're like, who can I call as a coach? You're thinking of Emmanuel Osoteku. Why? Because I have built a niche in one thing. That it is easy for me to now build other things on the ground. And even though you find out later on that I do other things, it's because psychologically speaking, I have built something in your mind.
Exactly.
That's all you will see.
Exactly.
So it's very, very important that you build a niche. So I'm not saying you should not do other things, but make sure that if you're focusing on housing, focus on housing. Who is the go-to girl on housing? Who is the go-to guy on housing? Who is the go-to girl on lands? Who is the go-to girl when it comes to surveyor or go-to guy? You have to build a niche.
Not that they think of one thing and then they don't know which one you're good at because you are doing almost everything
things.
And people are confused.
What if it's in the case where the person is trying to build a company and the person has two different audiences, and then one is for the masses, the other for just that 1% of the 1%? Is there anything wrong with balancing the two? And then
nothing is bad. So you must understand that you're not your company, right?
Yeah.
So there's a difference between personal branding and corporate branding.
Company branding.
True.
So I'm not my company. My company can deal with you and all the stuff, right? So I deal with a different brand or different person. So you've seen, can I call names? So you can see someone
We want to hear names. Call
so you
names.
can see someone like Tony Elumelu, for example, right? UBA chairman.
You
and all
cannot
the
say his name without me saying, I don't know, maybe he may watch someday. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Uncle Tony. He may just be watching.
Absolutely. You can literally see that he's building his personal brand outside his corporate brand.
Yes.
So if anything go wrong with UBA, you can't hold him because
Of course
he's not the company. You get, he has his own personal brand and the company has his own brand.
And, just to add to that, I think that it's very vital, to build your brand outside of your company. Because I'll tell you a quick story. Back in Ghana, there was a girl that does the cleaning business, and it was her name. She used to do the cleaning business. She's a big media personality, and it was her name. So she was always posting, she made the company about her. And then there was a problem. One of the workers stole something from somebody. And instead of them to go and fight the person that stole the thing, the boy that stole the thing was not even in the picture again. Wow. It was this presenter. Wow. They took her off TV for that because they dragged her life out. And that just taught me about, when it comes to branding, your company should be I feel like even for my company, sometimes I would say, it's Ari, but I'm not Ari. Then I'll tell you my name is Perpetua. So that if my camera people steal something, you will not come and arrest me, So just to add to that.
Yeah, that's good. And it's not bad. But Africa, we like to attach ourselves to everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's why we are so emotional about it. So we don't know how to differentiate that stuff. So it's good that you can build a product that focuses on the upper echelon guys, the 1% of the 1%. And you can also build a product that reach out to, but you can create a balance in such a way that you decide where you want to focus on, let your company decide where they want to focus on.
Exactly.
I think if you find your place, every other thing will fall into place.
Every other thing will fall into place. But you guys, that he's the Dean of Academic Affairs for the Academy.
Is that Shakira in the house?
I don't know. Okay, let's go. Two Bosa for you.
Hey,
Bosa.
Okay.
And you've been doing a great job with
Thank
that
you.
as well. But, can you tell me, how have you been able to infuse some of these values in your students that are coming to learn, through the BRG Academy? Have you been able to infuse some of this knowledge?
So one of the things about BRG Academy is that it is one of the most, in fact, not just one of the most, it is the largest gathering of realtors learning ecosystem as far as Africa is concerned. We've traveled around the world. We've been to different countries. We have not seen any anywhere that beats what we're currently doing at BRG Academy.
Blow your trumpet.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. We're the largest in Africa. And the truth of the matter is that, you see, what beautifies the academy is that you can see how realtors working and how they live, and you can see practical transformation. Yeah. And one of the things we do also is that because we want to instill values, we'll bring speakers or we have topics that touches every part. So we're not talking about just sales. We have topics that talk about family and workplace. How do you balance your work and your family? Yeah. We diversify into branding, like we just talked about. Yeah. We diversify into things that normally you'll be wondering, why is this one related to real estate? Because what we are doing is we're building a total realtor, a 360-degree realtor. We're not building just one successful realtor in business and failing in life. No, we want to build you to be total. That's why we're very different from other academics, because some people just focus on sales, make money. But you can make money and not be happy. You can make money and then you're lagging.
But I can cry in a Benz.
I know.
I can cry in a
I
Bentley.
know. I like that. But it's good to make the money. I'm not saying it's bad.
of
But what I'm
course.
just trying to say is that what we focus on is the totality of being a realtor.
Yeah.
We're having the next academy, and just yesterday we just got a speaker that will be talking about their family life system. So you see some realtors that doing so well, but they are not married. Like, not that they're not married, they're married, but their home is broken because they put so much energy on the work and it affects the home. And then the husband is feeling insecure, feeling that you're doing so, because you have to be out every time.
Okay, but can I say something
please.
there? I don't want to call myself a feminist, but I always stand up when it comes to women. Some of these times I feel like it's not even about the woman.
Absolutely.
There's a notion that says it's only majority of men that can stand a successful woman.
Absolutely.
Let's be honest. Let's
Majority.
call it spade a
I'm
spade.
right. You're right.
Most men cannot stand
their wife being successful.
Being successful. I've seen it happen. I've seen it ruin marriages, and these women had nothing to do with it. It's just the husband's
But
insecurity.
there also need to be a balance, because the women also need to be there for their family and not just be too focused on the business. I think
No,
that's
Sarah, I wouldn't agree with you on that. There are women that do all of that, but their husband cannot just handle them because that they are successful. But what are we
there are some
saying?
women that don't do that.
No,
too.
but let me tell you something, Sarah. Even in relationships, let's be honest. You see, I've dated somebody that I didn't do anything to this guy. If you are watching, I didn't do anything to you.
Don't watch, please. Don't watch.
But the fact that, Ria Abdul is gone to interview Amechi today, Ria Abdul has gone to interview you, that was the problem. Because even when he was telling somebody, he was like, Ria is too ambitious. It wasn't like I did anything. I will cook. I will do what I'm supposed to do as a girlfriend. But the reason why he could not stand the relationship...
Because you're doing well for yourself.
Because I was doing well for myself more than what he was doing at that point. So when it comes to situations like this, I like to weigh the both sides, because I'm not in the woman's house. I don't know how she treated him. Absolutely. But majority, these women actually do what they're supposed to do, and the men cannot. We have men here. They know. Our production people know. They know.
There must be a place of balance.
Yes, there's a place of balance.
Because the home is important, the work is important.
Yeah.
So that's what we call it family life, right? So the point why I say that is because we look at every angle, and then we'll bring in facilitators to do that at the academy. So at the end of 3 days, when you're done, you see students literally so excited, so happy. You can literally see people knowing how to now manage their home very well.
Yeah.
You could see someone telling me that I gave birth to my daughter when I was very young, but today I don't understand how to deal with that. But through the academy, I understand how to manage the temperament. Because we talk about personality management and all the stuff. So I don't know how to manage my home. I think one of the days where Trevita was doing the housewarming, I was coming down, I drove down as I parked, a realtor walked up to me and was thanking me. He was like, "Doctor, thank you so much for everything." I said, "What is happening?" She said, "For 20 years, I've never had a good time with my daughter." Why? Because if I sometimes I don't know how to talk to her, because she's a Gen Z. I'm not a Gen Z mom. And sometimes I want to talk to her, she will lock the door. She doesn't want to hear me and all the stuff. And why are you just teaching about temperament, how the Gen Z behavior works?
It's totally different.
I just knew why my daughter behaves what she does. And I changed the pattern. Today, we are best of friends.
Yeah.
And those kind of things you can't
get them anywhere. You can't get them anywhere. But I also
it's
want to say something.
Yeah.
I don't know if it can be added. I also wish that, we talk to men on how to handle a successful woman, because it's quite different. The way you handle...
Maybe we should have a men conference.
I think we should have, yes, when we said it on this show, I actually think that it's high time that we also need to address this men. For every time we're like, the woman, if the marriage breaks, it's the woman. It's the woman.
Absolutely.
Like, we need to. So, put it in book.
Okay,
put it in book.
We'll look towards that.
But who are some of the people that can attend? Because I know an event is coming up. Who are some of the people that can attend?
Yeah, so the next academy is coming up on the 22nd of next month.
Oh, just February here.
February,
amazing.
that's Thursday, 22nd to 24th, which is Saturday. It's 3 days.
Okay.
So anybody can attend. Anyone that has desire to become a realtor, anyone that desires to be a real estate professional, not just a realtor, but we want to be a professional. Because once you to be a realtor, it's not for you to be a professional realtor. And you're not just a realtor, you're a broker. You want to do it big, and you can be part of it. So it's for upcoming realtors or upcoming people, anyone that has desires, basically, and even the current realtors that we have, right, that want to up the game. You want to play bigger games. You want to do big things.
They want to dominate.
You want to dominate big time.
The year of domination.
You can literally register for it. And honestly, it's not expensive compared to the value you get.
Yeah,
in
I just
3
wanted to
days.
ask you.
About the cost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just 200,000 naira.
Okay, cool, that's
But
fair.
early bird is like 150.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Early bird, and it's still open till like second week of February.
But
You
I'm
know, for
getting
the
a
early bird.
scholarship, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So, and honestly speaking, we have over 10 speakers, facilitators who are going to be coming from different walks of life. You know, we this time around, we're having a Russian speaker. You know, we're going
okay.
global with everything we're doing. So we're just trying to say that, see, the money is not equating the value you're going to get,
going to get,
but
exactly.
just spend something on your head so that you can be ahead.
Ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. But you know, let's
Absolutely,
talk
yeah.
about marketing as well,
Okay,
and
good.
also building personal relationship when it comes to, you know, realtors.
Okay.
You see so many realtors, you call this person, oh, I'm not talking to that person. Oh, I'm not talking to this person, and building enemies for themselves as well. As a realtor, you are the best person to answer this question because you are like, you speak so well. Like you,
Okay.
sometimes I think that you could have been a presenter.
Oh, yeah.
But don't take my
No,
job.
I won't
This
take
is
your
how I
job.
get to
No.
eat. Don't take my job. But you know, how can you
Right.
build like personal relationships with your fellow realtors? You know, sometimes people fight over the smallest things and all of that. How can you do better keeping relationship with realtors?
And do you have any strategic communities they can,
Be
hop
part
in?
of.
Yeah.
So 2 things I would say, right? If you're going to be building a relationship with your fellow realtor, the first thing you should understand is 2 things that actually affect is lens and language. I call it lens and language. Lens
Yeah.
means your vision, what you see. Lens, it is what you see that tell me how you talk. If you see your fellow realtor as a competitor, you will talk anyhow. You will address anyhow. So it's called lens and language. So lens, of course, the camera is looking at me. So lens will be like, what is your vision like? Because the truth of the
Boils
matter
back
is
to
that
still the goal at the vision.
exactly, because the truth of you can't be friends with everybody.
Of course not.
You know, the instruction was love everyone, but not be friends with everyone.
Yeah.
So I don't. What is my vision as a realtor? That would determine the kind of people I bring into my
Your
space.
Space, yeah.
And that would determine the kind of words I use, the kind of language, the kind of because we must speak the same language for us to be able to flow together. We have over 85,000 to 100,000 realtors. If I want to be friends with all the 800 realtors, I think there'll be a lot of problems because
Exactly.
I won't be able to. I can't fit into
You
everybody,
can't
and it's
fit
not
into
pride.
everybody's mind. Exactly.
It's just because you need to understand what is my lens, what is my vision. Your vision will allow you able to set goals to be able to know the kind of people you should work
bring
with.
around.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that you don't work with every other person, but you know who
Who you are
place
bringing
Have
close
your
to you.
priority
But I
to.
was going to go to this. You know, I've noticed, and it's not just even in real estate, the media, whatever position you find yourself. Oftentimes, a lot of people see people as competition.
Okay.
So people you're supposed to be learning from,
You're seeing them as
you're
a
now seeing them as
competitor.
competition. And in one way or the other, you would not even know how your demeanor will now be to that person. And I know that there are a lot of people watching that are also in this. I remember I went for a program and the girl came out and it was with Stephanie Busari, head of CNN Africa. And the girl was like, I've been jealous of you. Yeah. But not jealous in a bad way, because everybody has jealousy. But it's now when it gets to envy, then every human being has a tendency to be jealous.
Yeah.
So, but as a life coach, I just want you to address some of the young realtors that are watching. You know, how to differentiate between learning from somebody and seeing somebody as a competition.
Yeah.
I think that's a very vital thing that happens a lot in the industry that we find ourselves, both real estate and both media.
Yeah.
You don't compete, you complete.
Yeah.
You don't compete, you complete.
You complete.
The reason why you have to complete is because we are all a interconnected being. Every role we play, every part we play is very, very important in the ecosystem. So if you compete with me or you are not learning from who is doing better than you, you will discover that you can recycle poverty. You can
Exactly.
you can recycle not being progressive. You can be in a sport for a very long time.
Very true.
It's good sometimes that you, like you said, jealousy and envy is different.
Exactly. Two different things.
Yeah, I can be jealous that, wow, she's doing well, but I can also, do better.
Do better.
I think one of the first things you should do is to humble yourself, because if it's one thing to want to teach someone, it's another for the person to be willing to learn.
To learn.
True.
There are two different things.
Yeah.
I might want to teach you, but are you willing to also learn? So that is where it comes in. There must be a desire for you to be willing to learn. And when I see people doing better than me, the first thing I do is, how can I get into the space? And I don't think of what to collect. I think of what to give first.
Give. Exactly.
So you see a lot of people that when they meet big people for the first time, they're thinking of, what can I collect from this man? And that's why the relationship,
Would star. Exactly.
goes sour, because
There's no value to
you
give.
don't meet someone that is doing better than you, and the first thing you're thinking is how to collect. Give me, because your name is Jimmy. Continue. You need to think of how to add value.
Yeah.
The first thing is, how can I make real work easy? For example, if I'm going to be learning from you, for example, what can I do to make our work easy? right? How can I help her? What can I do? Should I help her with designs?
Yeah.
Can I help her with a movement? What can I do? Can I drive her for a while?
Yeah.
Because in the process of serving that grace or that value that the person have, it has a way of rubbing off on you.
True.
So I think our realtors need to wake up to that fact that if people are doing better than you, is to accept first.
Yes.
This person is better than me. Then how can I, learn from this person? And sometimes don't be too greedy not to pay. You can pay to learn.
Exactly.
You can pay to learn. When you pay to learn, you earn.
Self-improvement,
With time.
And I just like what you said right now. And I always try to put myself in it so that you people will understand better. It's not like we're just here blabbing. We're talking true life stories. So normally when I meet people that are, because I interview mostly politicians, but when I interview them, I'm thinking, oh, what will I get this contract? Will I get this?
Yeah.
But the moment I stopped thinking like that,
You get
and I'm
it.
like, okay, can I do this documentary for you? This is going to help you put you on a great light. I saw what it did for me.
Absolutely.
And I'm trying to use real life stories for you to understand that it works. Because when you see somebody, and sometimes they even see you like a leech. Because these
Absolutely.
big men, to get to a particular level you get to in life, you need to be smart.
Absolutely.
So when you see these rich people on the road, you think that they're just guy with this the hardship. I know what I'm going through to get to where I'm getting. So of course they build a lot of smartness when they get there. So that's something I just picked, from you.
And I like what you said. Okay, you want to say
Yeah,
something?
the cherish value so much. What I want to say is with regards to benchmarking, right? Since we're already talking about it, and how can you differentiate between, yes, I'm learning from this person, and okay, let's say, for example, this person has acknowledged that, yes, this person knows better than me, and I want to benchmark, and then it's almost looking like copying, right? How can one stand out even after benchmarking?
I don't think copying is bad. It's just
Just
copyright.
just copyrightly.
Copyright.
And don't copy too straight.
No,
And I'll tell you
absolutely.
something again. A big shout out to Mojibade.
Okay.
I was speaking about her just before we went on the show. I love her. I love her presentation. I always watch, before I host any event, I'll go and put Mojibade.
Yeah.
And that is not even copying. I just want to see how she does it, the demeanor, how she speaks, how she pronounces names. But it's different when you now want to dress like Mojibade, look like Mojibade. You even gonna make
Walk
mistake
like
and say,
her.
my name is Mojibade. So I feel like there's nothing bad in copying. When I see people copy me, I'm happy because, okay, I'm doing something that they like. I'm doing something that people are seeing that they want to do. But don't go direct copying that. Sometimes you just photocopy and
paste
you can
everything.
copy but be distinct. You still have infuse your own ideas into it. Not that you just take the person straight from beginning to end. So
If you check the way it works, is this. And Africa, our mentality is kind of, like, I don't want to say backward, but we just think copying is negative.
it's not.
It's not negative. So this is what you do. You
not
can copy
negative.
but copyright, but add 1% of genius to it.
Yes.
Your
Your own
genius, your own genius.
Something
initiative.
that differentiates
Nothing
you.
is new under the sun.
Of course. Because what you're thinking of, somebody has thought about
We're
it.
having a podcast here. We saw it somewhere.
Yeah.
A lot.
But there's a genius, there's an element of genius that makes this one
Do you know,
different.
Dr. Emmanuel, they say right now podcast will end Nigeria.
Yeah, because podcast is
Because
going.
it's everywhere.
that's
But now
obvious.
what makes us different? We're talking about real estate.
Absolutely.
We're enlightening people.
Absolutely.
We're teaching people.
Our
so
uniqueness here is different.
it's different. But let's kick off and still talk about, marketing when it comes to real estate.
Okay,
As a realtor, marketing your products. How would you market your products that you will not look too desperate? How will you market your products that you will not make it look tacky? Just take me through marketing as a realtor.
Okay, good. So, because most time realtors market to high net worth individuals, and there are principles that governs the HNIs. Number one, you don't sound desperate when it comes to HNIs. You don't sound desperate. You don't. I invented the principle. Maybe let me just say, it's called the principle of ignoration. It doesn't. It's not anyway. You can't Google it. The principle of ignoration means that sometimes we are taught that it is what you focus on that you attract.
Yeah.
But it's a lie. Sometimes what you ignore, you attract.
That's the one you're not looking for love. That's where the
That's
man
it.
will come. Yeah, don't leave me.
We know what we talked about for this show,
Yes.
right? So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes it's a principle of ignoration. Sometimes what you ignore, you attract. I've been in a meeting before where I needed something from someone, and literally I ignored what I needed intentionally, but I attracted it. When you chase it, when you don't get the money. When you ignore it, you get it.
Yeah.
I was about to say, so what you attract ignores
Yeah.
you.
Don't leave me too, right? But the
Yeah.
point is this. You must understand that the HNI guys, there's a way they think. Everything that you want to get from them, they also worked hard before they got it. They will be like you one time. So the way you do it is that number one, don't be desperate. Number two, look like them. Look like You know, some people say you are fake it till you make it. No.
Fake it, sis. Fake it till you make it. I'm a big fan of fake it till you make it.
Good.
No,
And
no,
it has
no.
worked for you.
Definitely.
Do you want to talk against it?
It has worked for me.
You want to talk against it?
No.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with
fake it till you make it, but I
it.
have a content that when you get
Exactly.
what you want, you can deliver.
Not fake it and be owing so many people that you cannot pay. But
I'm not
and
there.
another thing is that you need to look the part. There are some certain people you need to
That's
talk,
exactly
talk
what
to.
I'm
You need
about
to
saying.
look the part as well.
You have to look the part because you cannot ask me to invest 1 billion and you don't look like 10,000. So I'm going to repel because your look also determines a lot of
Exactly.
things.
Yeah. So if you're going for a big meeting, you can rent that car. You don't have that
Absolutely.
SUV, rent it. You don't have that suit. They are renting clothes in Lekki. Look the part.
Look the path. But make sure that you have the value that matches how you look.
How you look.
Because you see a lot of people that are good but empty, you know.
Okay.
So
In practical terms, do you think realtors should introduce themselves, when they attract the person immediately, probably in that meeting, or?
no, I think the first thing, being interested in the person's life first. Like, don't come about yourself. When, like what you said, can I do documentary for you?
Yeah.
That's beyond your interest. Do something for free that can earn you a fee.
Exactly. But it's been a fantastic conversation because
you.
I have also learned a lot from I told you guys, he's a gem. Dr. Emmanuel is intelligent. And I'm not saying this to blow his horn. Like, I'm saying this because I have seen him perform. Yeah. It's the truth of it. And we just love the fact that you graced the show today.
Thank you so
and I'm
much.
sure that everyone watching has definitely picked one thing or the other. But I know we quickly have to leave. I just want you to give me your few words just to wrap everything we've spoken about, just to sum it up.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I think one of the things when it comes to goals is that a lot of people know about the SMART goals, and I just want to say this: you don't set SMART goals, set smarter goals. And I think it is not popular. The smarter goal is not popular. So normal SMART goal is specific, measurable, achievable, actionable, something like that. R is what realistic, and it is for time man. But it's smarter, ER.
Yeah.
I added the ER. The E stands for evaluate. I think in the process of your visioning and your setting of your goals, learn to evaluate where you are part time. Learn to what is working and what is not working. Most of us are too fixated at what we want, and we are not willing to reevaluate to say, okay, can I do it better? Can I do it this other way? So evaluate. And the last one is the R, repeat. So most people achieve their goal, but they stop there. You can repeat the process again, but now make it bigger and better.
Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel, Dr. Emmanuel, if I may say. Thank you so much. Well, it's been a fantastic show. I am sure that you've definitely learned a lot about setting your goals and having a vision. It's 2024. So by the end of the year, I like to talk to you guys like we're family. By the end of the year, we're going to see, those goals you set, if you were able to accomplish them. And that's what we like to do here at the Real Talk with BRJ. We have candid conversations that will make you get up and change your life for the better. Thank you so much for watching. We love you guys so much, and once again, keep on sharing our show, keep on watching, keep on sending your comments, because when you keep doing all that, we're going to do more. We're going to come here, look all beautiful, and serve you more. My name is Ria Abdul, and I did this with Sarah Smiles.
Sarah Smiles.
Mwah. I
See
love you guys.
on the next one.